Hey everyone, how's it going? So today I learned how to use Illustrator at school, so that was nice. I have a project due Friday. Um, what else? Tomorrow I'm going on a field trip, my first field trip in college. First field trip in like fucking 3 years. I'm going to the local news station, and I think we're gonna watch them as they do something live on TV, and we're also gonna like go into the control room and be able to ask my notes that she be asked them. We'll be able to ask them questions and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great experience. It's gonna be like 4 hours, I think. We leave at 10, come back at like 2, so yeah, like 4 hours. But I went to Walmart today, and I spent $150. Now, if you're like me, you're asking yourself, how in the fuck do you spend $150 at Walmart? Well, it started off. Me and my mom, we walked past the pants section. I was like, oh, I need more black jeans, so I bought myself another pair of black jeans. Literally the exact same jeans as I have on right now. The exact, like, everything is the exact same. Just these haven't been washed, so there's any white fucking whatever the hell's on these jeans. So that's awesome. No one's gonna know that they're different jeans. If I can wear these two jeans all week, and everyone's gonna be like, "You're wearing the exact same jeans all week, really, really?" So that's cool. In addition to that, I didn't notice my zipper wasn't up today at school. So that was interesting. I went to the washroom. I guess I just forgot. So there's that. Anyway, so, and then I also, apparently Walmart's stepping up their game, because I was like, I wonder if they have belts here. And I was like, yeah, they're over there. So I got a belt, just the one that I wanted. I don't care what you guys say, these belts are fucking incredible. I love these belts. They look sick, and it's nice. I probably should put my mouth on it. Probably shouldn't put my mouth on that. My stuttering's going off today. So yeah, I got that belt. I think the back looks pretty cool. Look at it. But yeah, so I got that. Got this mofo. So that's cool. Finally. Yeah. And I was like, oh, there was a trouble finding this, because I was looking through all the sizes. Like, I don't know what size I need to get, and all the other ones were small and stuff, so that sucked. But then, what else did I buy? I was going to buy a shirt, but I didn't want to. And I also bought work boots, steel-toed. Steel-toed, huh? No. I bought new ones because my last ones, like, they were I bought like the cheap ones. So like, they're steel-toed boots. Any will do, right? No, wrong. Because at work, like, my feet get really wet, because I'm not always in the wash bay, but I spend like an hour and a half, not like an hour, maybe like an hour in the wash bay cleaning shit, and my feet naturally just get wet. And with the other ones, they're like made of like paper, so like literally like this weekend was the last weekend I had them at work, and the front was falling off. So every time I lifted my foot, it would come up like that. The sides of it were just shredded right off, and like you could see my feet. So it was literally like unsafe and bad and annoying to walk in. So I bought those, and there was like $60. So hopefully they're good. And then also I forgot that Walmart is like really trying to compete with other stores. So they got like this book thing going on where they what's it called? They have good books now. They don't have like these stupid books that are like romantic horror novels made by people you've never even heard of in your life. They've got like a good selection of books. And while I was there, my mom was trying to clothes and stuff, so I was like, I'm just gonna look through the books, because I saw some good ones. I saw some good books that I would want to read last time I was there, and I was like, oh, I'll go look and see if I can find anything. And so the first thing that caught my eye was this book. I bought both. There were only two books that caught my eye, and I bought both of them. This first one, it's called Mustaine. It's about Dave Mustaine, the guitarist and vocalist for Megadeth. Megadeth isn't like a band I listen to that often. Like, I know Megadeth. I know the basics of Megadeth. I love Megadeth. They make some really good music. But I just feel like immersing myself even more in the music I enjoy listening to, or the music that I enjoy listening to, the people who influence the music I enjoy listening to, as well as the people I enjoy listening to. Like fucking Megadeth's like there was the new one, which in the Endgame, United Abominations, and then what? Was it Euthanasia? I don't know. Ever since like 2004, great fucking records. And then like some other good records before, but I like the new ones better. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to get this and read about him, and it's basically about his life and times, I believe. I didn't read the whole thing. Dave Mustaine is the first to admit that he's bought an... Okay. I think it just goes over the life and times of Dave Mustaine, so that's awesome. But the other thing I was really hoping there would be is a book about this next guy, Dave Grohl. You might have heard of him. I've always liked Dave Grohl. I've never had a problem with him. He's the drummer of Nirvana, a pretty decent band. Love Foo Fighters. Really just gained a lot more respect for him when I found out what he did for the, I believe, was it the Chilean miners? The people that were stuck in the coal mine area or whatever, that wanted the Foo Fighters iPod, and then he played like a concert for them, and then, yeah, and then recently, actually, I went on YouTube and watched the Back and Forth documentary, wow, stuttering today, that came with Wasting Light, that was made with Wasting Light, their new album, and I've just loved him even more. Like, after I watched that, I went to watch all the interviews he did and on YouTube and all that. So this is the only book I found of him at there. It's called This Is a Call: The Life and Times of Dave Grohl. It's an unauthorized, well, I don't know what that means. It's an unofficial book about him. It was made by a friend of his called Paul Brannigan. He's done interviews with him, and he talks to him regularly, I believe. And so this just goes over the life and times of Dave Grohl. Yeah, I'm reading this one first. As you see, I'm using an old ticket stub, concert ticket stub. Abandoned on Ships, awful band, awful band. Sorry, Abandoned on Ships is fucking awful, just shit, absolute shit. Anyway, so I'm using that ticket to because I don't have bookmarks, so I never read. So I'm using that. But yeah, if I read the back to you, well, there's no back. It just says when Nirvana ended, I wasn't finished. I'm still not fucking finished. Dave Grohl, ladies and gentlemen. So, yep. I don't know if this, I actually didn't, I was supposed to check, but I forgot. I don't know if this is intentional. I don't know if you can see this, but the pages are like ripped up and shit, like really rough. So I don't know if they meant to do that or not, but yeah. Oh, there's an inside here, so. Nope. But apparently he almost quit Nirvana in '93 when he heard Kurt say that he's a terrible drummer. So, yep. So I'm reading those two. Really interested about the Dave Grohl one. Like, as I said, I love Dave Grohl, so that's how I spent $150. But first, the reason I was in my room earlier was because I have to finish this book first. It's by Corey Taylor, lead singer of Stone Sour and Slipknot, called Seven Deadly Sins: Settling the Argument Between Born Bad and Damaged Goods. It's basically, he goes over the 7 deadly sins and calls them out on being bullshit, and why they're bullshit, and why they're not sins, they're just part of humanity. And then I'm on the final chapter now where he's going to reveal his, or no. Is it? Now, he already revealed his 7 deadly sins. It was like murder, something about children. Dramatic conclusion, right? So he's going to conclude it all. So yeah, that's also where this poster came from, if you've seen that in my blogs. So I have to finish that. One more chapter, and then I can fully immerse myself in the Dave Grohl book. Was just reading a little bit earlier in the car, so yeah. So that's been my day. Really happy I got these. Look how much reading that is. Like, here's the thing about me and reading. Like, I love reading. As much as I hate reading, I love reading. I just need a good book to read. That's all I need. If you give me a good book, I will gladly read that shit. Like, if you give me something like The Ash Garden story, Ash Garden. If you've never read The Ash Garden, save yourself the suicide note. Holy fuck, is it ever awful. I had to read that for grade 12? Garland. When did she teach me? Carla. Yeah, that's me, Hamlet. So, yeah. Grade 12. I had to read that for grade 12. Worst book I have ever fucking read in my life. It's about Hiroshima, I believe. Didn't make any sense to me. I stopped reading like 40 pages in. Done. Did not give a fuck anymore. Done. Nope, not reading it. I basically skipped through the entire book. I read like very few paragraphs, sentences on every page. Skipped through the entire thing. Nearly failed that unit. Or I did, maybe. I'm not too sure. But every week we had like assigned reading that we had to finish up to a certain point. So I wouldn't finish that, and then we'd do like a question sheet, like what happens, what is it symbolic of, and that's how I think I passed the test. If I did it all. Awful book. Do not read The Ash Garden. Don't even Google it because you will depress. It's not even depressing. It just makes you want to slit your wrists because of how awful of a story that is. I don't know why anyone would bother writing that horse pile steaming shitball of a nugget of fucking horse shit. Oh my god. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. Anyway. Other good books, since I'm on the topic. The Kite Runner. I had to read that in school. Good book. I also had to read last year for high school. What was it called? Fuck. Venomous, I believe it was called. Venomous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was called Venomous. I picked it out because it was a black book that looked nice and slick, and then I read the back and I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. It's basically about a guy who I believe when he gets, yeah, he calls his sickness, he calls it a sickness, he calls it the venom, and when he gets angry or like worked up, he like blacks out and he just fucking basically goes on like a shit spree. He will beat the fuck out of anybody, like he'll fucking murder someone basically. And it just talks, and it's a really good book. It's a really good book. So those two, and the Kite Runner is just about that fucking guy in Afghanistan. I totally forgot what it was about. It's like about a kid in Afghanistan, I believe, during a war, and how some dude's trying to get a kid back. It's a good book. Fuck you guys. Holes is a good book. I know I read that a long time ago. Holy fuck. It's still a good book. And that's all I've read in the past 4 years of high school. That was good. That was it. Or was that good? Was that any good? Hold on. What was that one book with Piggy where like where their kids are stuck on a, I don't know. What is going on with my fucking like hands? Look at this. I'm bleeding. Okay? But the thing is, I didn't do anything. Like, my hands are so dry right now, and, like, it feels like I spilt acid on them. And, like, they're just so dry that they're cracking to the point of me bleeding. What the fuck? That is so messed up. Oh my god. The Outsiders. No, not The Outsiders. It was, like, there's this kid strapped on an island, and, like, there's this kid named Piggy who's fat, and, like, he dies because they throw a rock on his fucking head or something. I think that was a good book. I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. I'm going to go probably watch Modern Family because the thing is, I legally purchased Season 1 and Season 2 of Modern Family, and I watched Season 1 very slowly, and then I got bored a couple days ago. I started watching the rest of it, and I've fallen in love. Like, I've loved it ever since I watched the first episode, but, which, by the way, someone showed me. I didn't know what to show until someone showed me. I was like, wow, thank you for showing me this fucking amazing show. And I've just been watching it all day. Like, all day yesterday, I just watched Modern Family, and the day before. No, not the day before. Saturday, I believe. I don't remember. Anyway, probably going to watch Modern... I keep want to say Modern Warfare. But I believe I'm at Season 2. I'm on Season 2. I believe I'm almost halfway done. There's 24 episodes in the season, and I believe I'm on episode 10 or 11. I don't know. I love that show, though. It's a really, really good show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The funniest thing that, to this, like, I watched it yesterday, I believe, and I just shat my pants, was, Cameron. I still don't know their names. It's so embarrassing. Cameron and his partner, they have their kid Lily, right? And Lily was biting, and so they went on this forum where they're trying to figure out, methods other parents use to stop their kid from biting. And one of the parents wrote that they put pepper in their child's mouth. It's cruel, but the child never bit again. And they put a smiley face at the end. And then is Cameron the bigger one? Yes, he is. Cameron. I remember that. Okay, Cameron, because that's how Gloria says it. Anyway, so Cameron's just really overly protective, so he goes, oh, yeah, there's a smiley face at the end of that. That makes it alright. I just waterboarded our toddler, LOL, and I had to pause the video because I was laughing so hard. Anyway, that's the end of this vlog. Thank you all for watching. I will see you sometime soon. Probably not going to vlog at CTV, because that'd just be weird. Anyway, goodbye.